Hello, everyone. This is Vivian Switelski, and today is Friday, April 7th, 2023. Welcome to FIABCI First Fridays. It's great to have you all with us. As if you all know, I'm Vivian Switelski. I'm in Miami. I started the show in 2020. It's the third season, and this is episode 2 of season 3. We have a great lineup of guests today. Denise Messias from Idaho. Hi, Denise.
Hi.
She's been on the show a couple of times before. And then we also have Liz Davidson from beautiful Pacific Northwest. And she's also been on the show. Elizabeth, you've been on the show before. And we also have Eileen O'Reilly, who she's presenting today. And for the first time on the show, we have Christina Prostano. Hi, nice to see you. Although I do know Wendy, who's on your team, and she's at least been in the audience. I don't think she's been on the show, but we have a great lineup. Also here on the left screen, you see Edwina Tinnen. She's the one that helps me organize this show. Thank you very much. And she and her committee, or the diversity committee of FIABCI USA, and they're the ones that brought me back to start the show all over again. And I'm very happy because frankly, I missed you all, but doing it every week was a lot for me, but I'm happy to be doing it every month and seeing everyone here. Please feel free to put your names and contact information in the chat. And I want to remind you, this is being recorded live on Facebook, so you can always go back afterwards and view the videos, or if you've missed it, part of it, you can always go back, and it's also on FIABCI USA YouTube. These are all archived and readily available. Some of the shows from last year, whatever has been done on the FIABCI USA platform is all there for you to go back and review. And we have had great shows and great properties presented from all around the world. I also want to mention a great big thank you to Hugh Gilliam, who's and the sponsorship of Realty Hive, in particular Global Property Pros, which is, by the way, I'm a member of it. I became a member of it. I'm going to show you later on. I'm going to put on my screen my own listing in Miami on the Realty Hive platform, and it's fabulous. I have views from all over the world on eyes on my listing, and it shows you exactly who's looking at your properties. And I just started, and I have a bunch of views, so it's very exciting to be a part of that. So thank you, Hugh and Realty Hive, for that sponsorship. And I want to also tell everyone in the audience that if you want to sponsor, if you have a company, or if you know of developers or anyone in the real estate industry that would like to sponsor FIABCI First Fridays, if they don't have to be a member, they can pay a fee, and then we'll apply that. If they want to become members, we'll apply that fee towards their dues. So so are you all ready? Let's start off with Denise. Denise, do you want to share your screen and tell us a little bit about yourself?
You bet. Let me get this ready. Can everyone see it?
Yes, perfect.
Perfecto. Vivian, you look magnificent. I think all that sailing, is that the trick?
Yes. For those of you who don't know, I just sailed down. I didn't do the whole trip, but I sailed down from Charleston to Miami. But the whole trip was 1,300 miles from New York to Miami, bringing a new sailboat that I have. But anyways, let's not digress. We can talk about that another time.
All righty. Good morning to everyone around the world. I'm excited to be a part of your day, and thank you for giving me the time in your day to learn about this opportunity. So let's get started. I'm going to begin by playing a quick 2-minute video on Idaho. Today, I am in Boise, Idaho, the capital of the state, and we are located in the northwest of the United States. I don't believe this is going to have sound, so I will be the voiceover.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. And it's a video that is just going to go over every territory. And Boise is home to nearly 300,000 inhabitants. Forestry and fishery is our backyard. Ranked as a top state to move in the United States due to life-work balance and ease for doing business. The largest international trading partners for Idaho are China, Mexico, and Taiwan. Ni hao. Idaho is home to the nation's first and only international dark sky reserve, And we are also home to some of the best places for ski, like Sun Valley Resort and McCall, Idaho. So as we go through this video, I'll let you guys enjoy the magnificent and beauty of Idaho.
You forgot to mention great fishing too.
Amazing fishery, yes. We also have a record-breaking hot springs. So if you like to soak, this is your place. And lots of rodeo.
And sailing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Also,
yep.
Boise is the capital, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a beautiful, beautiful capital there.
We do. It's incredible. We're surrounded by the mountains, and I leave my office and I'm already into forest 20 minutes out. So,
oh, wonderful.
Yeah, it's quite beautiful. Come and visit, you guys. But I first wanted to show you my state before I got into my presentation. There's
So you're showing us 2 luxury properties, I believe?
One today.
One, okay.
Yes, so that's that. Let's see. All righty, my name is Denise Macias, and I am an international realtor, and I will be your guide on today's virtual home tour. So let's talk a little bit about the property highlights. This property is priced at $619,750 US. It was built in 1922, so it is an old charmer. However, it was updated in the 90s, and the interior and exterior are in mint condition. And the electrical windows with 2-year warranty throughout the home, plumbing, heating, cooling, water heater, filtration, insulation are all completely updated. And there's an inspection report on file for those that are interested. This home is 5 bedrooms plus an office, 2.5 bathrooms, 2,784 square feet on a 0.89 acre lot, 4-car garage plus shop space, and 2-story bilateral, meaning the second story was built on top of the garage. So there's that quietness of the second floor. And also location, location, location. It's close to nature, trails, forest, schools, and amenities. Welcome to 4710 West Samaras Street, Boise, Idaho, 83702. Nature lovers, welcome home. Nestled near the Boise foothills, where homes begin at a $1.5 million. It is 30 minutes away from the front door to the top of Bogus Basin Ski Resort. This home has the luxury of being close to parks, green belts, and foothill trails, while staying conveniently close to amenities, schools, and hospitals. Samara home is on a 0.19 acre lot, and about 60% of this lot is occupied by the home. So it is quite large. So let's go inside. The mantra of this home is live well, laugh often, and love much. The kitchen features a spice cabinet, a 2-seater breakfast bar. Appliances included are fridge, dishwasher, microwave, oven, range, freestanding, plus an additional fridge and freezer in the garage. This is the formal dining room, and it is spacious with lots of natural light. The living room features a wood fireplace insert to keep you warm in the winter months, because it will get cold in Idaho. This is the principal bedroom on the first floor, and it is quite spacious, and it has door access to a full bathroom with tub and 2 full closets. This is the second bedroom directly across the hallway from the principal, and it has a double door closet with views to the outside garden. As we make our way down the hallway from the bedrooms on the first floor, this is where the half bathroom is located, with an industrial sink, and is located near the laundry room and has access to the backyard through those sliding doors and the garage. The laundry room has cabinets and a full linen closet. Washer and dryer are included, and this room has access to the outside patio and the garage. Now, let's go to the second floor.
We have a question. What would a house like this rent for? Just to give us an idea for investment purposes.
Gotcha. Is that something that I can answer in an email? I don't necessarily have the rental price for this home at the top of my head, but I would love to answer that question.
Okay, it's from Edwina.
Okay.
Do you see who do you see as having this home? A local or maybe someone that wants a second home that wants to go skiing or have, you know,
So this
who's your
home,
client?
so for this home is somebody that is looking for a lot of space.
Mhm.
Right? So whether they work from home and they really need the space, somebody that has lots of family living with them or is looking to have people live with them. And also somebody that is looking to be close to skiing. So the original owners loved this home because it reminded them of a lodge that they used to own. And that's the reason why they fell in love with this home. The layout.
They're the original owners? How long have they owned it?
I believe they owned it for a good 10 years. And when they first bought it, they bought it from an old Boise State coach, which is a local university. And they were pretty charmed about that too.
Okay. All right.
All righty. Let's continue our tour to the second floor. Alrighty. So the third bedroom is the largest in the home and can have multiple uses. Theater room, workshop, hobby, just imagine. And it has 2 large closets. And this room is particularly framed for a door to face the outside so you can close it off and create its own apartment. Bedroom number 4 directly across has a walk-in closet and it's spacious. These rooms are actually not small at all. Bedroom number 5 also has a large walk-in closet. This is our office room space. This is all still on the second floor. And to conclude our upstairs tour is a second floor full bathroom with shower. All right, let's make our way to the outside. Perfect for entertaining on this backyard porch, retractable awning. The garden is also composed of raised flower beds and herbs watered by drip irrigation. And there is a garden shed for storage and your garden tools. And bring your hot tub.
So how far did you say it is to the ski resort?
30 minutes from the front door to the top of Bogus Basin.
Awesome.
So to conclude our tour, walk with me through the 4-car garage in tandem with pull-through doors. As you can see, the back door opens to the garden area and it has built-in cabinets for toy storage. This is the shop space inside the garage with tool cabinets and storage. And as you can see, the door opens to the garden space in the back. So you can pull through from the front all the way to the back. So again, this is our property highlights and the things that we talked about today. And come and find your happy place in Idaho. My name is Denise Macias, and I will be happy to answer all of your questions.
Fantastic. If anyone wants to write any questions, you can do it in the chat, and then you can also take a screenshot of her contact info. Thanks, Denise. Great property.
Hey, Vivian.
I can see that being a nice ski lodge for someone, maybe put some money into it and update a little bit, but it looks like a sound investment. All right, so next up we have, oh, hi, Dominique. Hi, oh, I can see you now up there. Okay, next up we have Liz Davidson first, and also I guess next to her, Eileen O'Reilly, and they're, hi, Liz.
Hi,
Last time I saw you, I think, was here in Miami, wasn't it?
That's right. It was when my son was getting married on the cruise ship.
That's right. I remember, and I think I took you to an event where you met the mayor and everything, I believe.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I saw some of the properties in Miami. Wonderful for my investment. So anyway, thank you for having me on this program today. And what I have to share goes to show what a global organization FIABCI is. And if you use the tools available as well as participate, the global context and outreach ability to connect with international members is there. I have been a FIABCI member since 2009, founded the Seattle Pacific Northwest Council when we still had councils, and have attended conferences all over the world. And in my last conference in 2018, I met Rusmin Lowin from Indonesia. He's the incoming president of Asia Pacific region. So anyway, long story short, we started working together, I find projects in the US and he brings investors and we work together to connect them. So that's what's become of my business. So back in, 6-7 months ago, Rusmin was visiting a project that I had in Tacoma. Called the Ship Lofts, a very modern, building that's it's amazing. Will change the face of Tacoma. So he came to visit to meet with a developer for one of his investors. So since he was visiting, Edwina Tynan and Evan Bennett and myself, we decided to put together a presentation. We had 2 weeks to do it. We did it. We had introduced FIABCI at the presentation. Rusmin presented the Nusantara, new capital city of Indonesia. The project I helped our Vietnamese FIABCI members put together back in 2017, which completed 2 years ago, as well as the city of Tacoma presented what was going on in that city in the next few years. So out of this presentation, I got 2 really great contacts, and one landed me with a listing of 4 acres of development site in Tacoma.
Very
and
nice.
The other one was meeting Eileen, who drove all the way from Eugene. It's more than a 4-hour drive one way to see the presentation. So out of this meeting, Eileen and I are starting working with this developer in Eugene with 120 single family residential development project. He needs to find an equity partner, so we're working together to find him that and get the project started. So I'm going to have Eileen take this away and present the project. Eileen?
Hi there, everybody. It's great to be on the show this morning, and I can speak to just the relationships that are built here with FIABCI, and it's a great opportunity for me to go up and meet with Liz, and through that, we have been working, as she mentioned, on this development. So I'm also a fan of Idaho. I'm actually flying up there tonight, but
Oh, interesting.
to Coeur d'Alene. So anyway,
Nice.
I'm just going to share my screen with you and go through the actual development. So let's do that.
By the way, I want to re-emphasize what Liz is saying. I mean, FIABCI, we have friends all over the world, and I do business. I refer business to my FIABCI colleagues, and they refer business to me. So I've closed several deals with FIABCI colleagues, and it's not only your family, your friends, but it's also you're doing business with them, and that's the whole purpose of FIABCI.
Exactly.
All right, Eileen, sorry.
Okay, so this is, can you see my screen now with the
Yes,
offering memorandum?
absolutely.
Okay, great. So this is called the Jewel Development. It is in Eugene, Oregon, which is home of the University of Oregon. It's a 33.5 acre parcel. There's a couple of parcels put together, but it's 120 single family home development, which is probably the biggest in the state right now. As you can see, lot sizes range from smaller at 4,300 square feet to larger at 13.5. And these homes are going to be in the 700 to $1 million, maybe a little bit higher. The development is fully approved by the city of Eugene. It is shovel ready, and Liz and I have been working together to find some investors, which we found several, but it just has to be the right fit. So let me see if I can move this down here. There we go. So Eugene is our motto here is a great place for art and the outdoors. It's a very vibrant community on the western side of Oregon. We have a lot of parks and recreation, lots of outdoor activities, wineries, about an hour from skiing, an hour to the coast from here. So it's a pretty nice community to live in, and there's a lot of opportunity here for development. It also has about a 98.6% occupancy rate. So for investors, it's actually a pretty good location for them. So the next thing is just some sites around Eugene. We have a really nice little downtown area. It's about between Eugene and Springfield, there's about 320,000 people. Eugene has about 170,000. So this is kind of give you an idea of the area that this project is going into. It is in the southwest hills of Eugene. It's a little bit more elevation there, so you have some nice views. It is a project where it is butts up against some of the nicest homes in Eugene. You know, they're bigger homes, larger, more views, and it's out in the southwest hills, which is a really nice place to live. Short
I
distance.
noticed the price range was between 700,000 and $1 million. Is that about the range or is of the homes in this area, or are there
This
also
home,
more
yeah, and
expensive?
these homes are probably in the
More.
8s and 9s in this particular area.
Mhm.
But the average home price is about 500 throughout. So, and this area here too is right in the Willamette Valley, and we are very close to a lot of vineyards and wineries, things like that. So it's a fun location. So this gives you a little bit of an overview of the actual map of where it's located. It's about 4 miles from the university, and it's a long and narrow kind of piece of land, but it has an opportunity to you know, with some, like I said, some elevation there to build has some nice sites to build some really nice homes on. So we did an analysis of the Lane County in general. We went over, you know, what is the demographic, employment. You know, if anybody's interested in this, I can definitely send it out to them to see. But just basically about Lane County in general, it's fairly blue state, very democratic in this area, and just a lot of opportunity here for people. It's got good employment. Housing is relatively manageable. Some of the jobs don't pay as well, but there are different levels of housing throughout the area. So just a little bit more about employment and education. Most of the people that live here are fairly well educated and have good, stable jobs. There's a lot of remote work here, people working remotely from to other areas within the United States. And just the market housing statistics. It's, like I said, it's got a very high occupancy rate, so it's great for investors to have properties here. In conclusion, just this development here is going to bring like 120 homes. These are more move-up buyers, people who want to move from, say, in the 600,000 range up to the next level, and, you know, live a little bit further out of town, like not right in downtown Eugene. So it's a great location. So here's just some drawings of what some of the properties are going to look like, what some of the homes are going to look like. And in the middle here, you can see that sort of gives you an idea of like the layout of what the plot, what the actual land is going to.
Are they built in different phases?
Yes, they're going to be different phases. Right now, we're ready to do all of the horizontal and put all of that in. We're just, you know, waiting for it to dry out a little bit, of course, and also just trying to finalize some investment opportunities. So this is just some kind of graphics of what has been approved by the city.
So in terms of what are you looking for JVs, so your joint ventures with investors? What kind of investment strategy do you have? Or what's your exit strategy? What's
So
your IRR? Okay. What kind of returns can they expect?
So right now we would like to do a JV if possible. My client, he is a long-term developer and builder here in the San Francisco Bay Area. I'm actually in San Francisco right now. So he's locally been building for 30 years here. He would like to do a JV if somebody is interested in doing that. You can buy into the project for $7 million at this point and be part of it to finish the project. Or if you wanted to, you know, there's multiple options. You could also take over the project as well and just be you could be a silent partner, or you could take the project over. So there's lots of different options there. He's very creative. We are doing about, I think, a 6% return on investment. We're trying to make that a little bit higher, but for right now, we're sort of looking at about 6%. And there's lots of different creative ways to do it. So he's just looking for a good partner, somebody who wants to be involved.
So the land has already been acquired?
Yes, the land has been paid for.
That's how about construction? construction loans
construction
and
costs. Yeah,
that
that's
you've
what he's
already
looking for help.
secured a construction loan?
He has, yes. We already have a construction loan, or we can go a different route as well with having somebody else who brings in cash that they may want to,
Okay.
put in on the project. But he is fully approved for construction loans as well.
I hope it's from last year's rates.
Yeah, I doubt that. And he's not with
Yeah.
Silicon Valley Bank. So I think we're in pretty good shape there. He's got some local banking and local, sort of support here in the area. So the final value of the property, you can sort of see right down here. We're looking at about $34 million by the time it's, we're all finished with it. That's about at the end of the project. That's what you could expect to make out of it.
Well, great. I'd certainly be interested in looking at the pro forma and everything. So, and anyone that's interested, maybe you can write your email in the chat. Or I'm sorry, the other way around. You can contact Eileen and Eileen puts your email in the chat and then people can
will.
contact you to receive. that.
Yes,
Very interesting.
definitely. So just a little bit more about the prospectus on the property. I'm having some trouble here. Here's his home loan. I mean, the construction loan right here that he's gotten, and it's showing that it's fully legit. And then just some references.
Okay. We can all look at that. We need to move on because we have
Yeah.
one more guest and
Sure. Just to
very
give you an
interesting
idea-
project.
Give you an idea
Oh,
of
we'll
some
look
of
at
the
it. We'll look at
properties.
it in detail, definitely.
Sounds great then.
Awesome. Thank you, Eileen.
Sure. I'm gonna stop
Okay,
my
and
share.
so next up, hello, Christina.
Hello.
Tell us a little,
everybody.
you're an
Thank you
expert in,
so-
I was reading your bio. It's very fascinating. You're like an expert in New York City and one of the first, what is it called? One of the first investors in Brooklyn. Good for you.
Yes, I was early on. In fact, I was thinking when she was giving this presentation, I have a project in Brooklyn that I should have talked about as well, a condo conversion, where they're looking for some equity partners, some JV opportunities.
Hey,
and-
we can book you in another show. coming
Yeah, we'll
up
do
in the
that next
future.
time.
Don't worry.
But yeah, luckily I've been to Idaho and to Washington and Oregon. So I love the Willamette Valley is beautiful, and I've been to Coeur d'Alene. These are beautiful places, great projects. So nice to hear.
So tell us how you're involved with the project in Maldives.
Yeah, so I have a residential team and a commercial team in New York at Compass.
Mhm.
We have a Mandarin speaker on our team more recently, which is great. And we handle a lot of incoming and outgoing referrals there. And during the pandemic, I founded something called the Global Real Estate Collective, where we partnered with some people around the globe. Had a show going on Clubhouse. Antonio is very familiar. He's been a regular guest. For 52 weeks, we covered a different location every week. So it brought me pretty deep into the global. And we went to the International Property Show in Dubai and presented some properties there, both from our local markets and from the markets of our team members. And it's just been expanding from there. So this is an opportunity. My contact there is very close to the owners of these resorts. So we don't sign exclusives, but we have absolute access very close to these projects. So I have 3 really interesting commercial projects, and I thought I would do a quick overview of the Maldives just so that people can understand some of the background. And I'll show you lots of photos, so it'll be quick. But yeah, so we'll get a little background on the Maldives if that's good.
Yes, let's do it.
Okay, so it's very pretty, is it, by the way?
Well,
So
obviously.
this is my
It's
contact
one of the
info.
top tourist destinations in
Yes,
the
it's
world.
lovely. So we'll show you, this is my contact info. I'm a member of FIABCI. I'm on the commercial committee there. I'm the co-chair of the Global Business Council at Hudson Gateway, and I'm a member of REBNY because I'm a Manhattan broker. So I'm a member of 2 different associations, but one is NAR. So just geographically, the Maldives is off the coast of India. It's about 600 kilometers south, and it's a nation of 1,192 islands. So stretching in a long, thin shape, just a little bit also west of Sri Lanka. So if you don't know, it's in the Indian Ocean. Beautiful spot. There are a lot of airports because there are a lot of islands. So there are a few ways to get around the Maldives, including ferry, seaplane, and these are just some of the airports. You don't need to know the specifics, but know that there is air transportation, and there's a major international airport there as well. So transport's quite easy to get to. Make this smaller. So the geographical area is about 90,000 square kilometers, but there's only about 300 square kilometers of land. Everything else is water. So there are these natural clusters called atolls of little island clusters, and they're also broken into administrative groups that way. They're all pretty much coral reef islands, and there's incredible underwater diving. Out of all the islands, only 187 are officially inhabited. So there is a movement to move people off the smaller, less populated items. Male is quite developed. That's the big one, but they're doing some relocation programs, and also to try to protect the environment. With global warming and climate change, there is a definitive threat to the islands as water levels rise. So that is something to think about too. The islands have specific designations. So there are 107 islands designated as tourist resorts, and about 14 used for industrial purposes. So they don't mix it in the same way, and you wouldn't have a residential property built on a particularly designated tourist resort island. That would be a different thing. So yeah, the economy, a lot of the economy is based on tourism. So even if it's not the actual tourism industry, it's the peripheral industries like transportation, construction, trade, finance. And the second biggest economy is fishing. That will surprise absolutely no one on this call. I wanted to just point out some of the brands that are in the Maldives so that you can understand that. And also because if you have contacts of brands that are not represented here, this is a wonderful opportunity for them to have a presence in the Maldives. So, you know, there's a Sheraton, Jumeirah, Banyan Tree, Taj, Hard Rock, Intercontinental. You can probably see this list. Shangri-La, Six Senses, which is super high end, probably better known for places in Thailand and that end of the world. The St. Regis, Raffles, Waldorf Astoria, and there are multiple Four Seasons. There's even a Standard Hotel. I don't know if you're familiar with the Standard Hotel, but they've even got a Standard motel hotel in the Maldives, which is a funny thing to me. I don't know why. I find it funny. These are the top markets in 2021 who are sending people to the Maldives. So they passed the 1 million tourist arrival mark in 2021 during the pandemic. So this was a big marker for them. And 2022 marked 50 years in the tourism industry. So you'll see if you have clients in India, Russia, Germany, US is number 4, which is kind of surprising given the distance to travel there. The UK, Saudi Arabia, Spain.
I think because it's a huge diving destination.
Yes,
One
big
of the
diving
top diving
destinations.
destinations.
So you get the specialists, but you know, it's definitely got quite a significant market share from the Middle East, from Europe, and then, of course, from the US. They do not have a full home ownership in the Maldives. Like many other resort destinations, direct foreign ownership of land is restricted, but you hold the land exclusively through a leasehold. And they're typically 50 years, although some of them have extensions to go to 99 years. You pay tax in your own country as well as Maldives. If you own a villa, you have to pay basically a one-off tax at the start, a 12% tax, and then you will also pay a 15% profit tax on the net profit from rental revenues. So rental revenues are obviously a huge part of investing in the Maldives. So if you were to own a property there, the investment revenue would definitely be a big factor in your doing so. There are not a ton of new development opportunities in terms of condo purchases. So Soneva is the biggest, and Banyan Tree has one as well. It's very expensive. A 1-bedroom villa at the Soneva is about 3 million US. So you can buy several of the projects we discussed earlier a couple times around. In New York, that probably gets you like a decent 2-bedroom. It's okay, you know, nothing great, but you can have your home in the Maldives for that. And as we said, the rental prices are quite extraordinary. So it's a profitable venture. Okay, so I have 3 different projects I want to present to you today. The first one is a private island to develop. So it's an uninhabited island. It's about 17 million US, all prices I'll give in US, with a cost to develop about 75 million. So it's about 7.14 hectares, and it has 10-20 meters of beachfront. It's about a 50-minute seaplane ride from the airport. And there's a plan in place to develop 122 villas broken down as you see them there. and they'll keep them well below 40%, which is the current development guideline. So you'll have still plenty of land on the island. The intention with this development project was to engage local designers to work on the concept and to keep it green and sustainable, and also, the local vernacular in terms of style in Maldives, which you've seen many of: overwater resorts, natural materials, eco-friendly wastewater treatments, things like that. This particular plan includes a bar, restaurant, and 3 other specialty dining establishments. And there'll be a spa, wellness center, kids club, of course, diving, as you mentioned, Vivian, it's absolutely essential there, water sports, and so on. And an average daily room rate, just because I think this is important to know, is about $889 US. So the Maldives are not cheap. And investing in resorts, if you have clients that invest in resorts, this is a very high room rate. So cost to develop is pretty reasonable, and the returns are quite substantial. And these are 5-star luxury resorts. That is the anticipated construction method. So there's not a ton to say about an empty island, but let's move on to project number 2. This has 2 newly built resorts. So this is about 100 million for the both of them, and they can be split off separately at a slightly more expensive cost per piece. But there are 65 and 78 room hotels. The first one has 10 hectares, the second has 62. Both are about 40 minutes from the international airport. This is just to give you a sense of what the style of development looks like. So there are a lot of bungalows. They're very open air, lots of glass. When you can get ocean views, you get ocean views, high ceilings, lots of wood. These are some of the amenities. You can see how they would land a seaplane, for example. Here, you have the dock to arrive. You have pools on the ocean, really pretty open spaces on the common areas, wellness, spa, etc. And this is just to show you like the gorgeous water and you can really see the coral reefs and the shape of things. So it really is a beautiful place. So this is the second resort. That was the first resort. This is the second resort. They're similar in design, but that'll just give you a sense of some of these rooms. Again, similar, lots of wood. There's an example of an over the water villa. They have 8 of those. They've got jacuzzis and incredible views. These are boardwalks that sort of go out to these villas. I'm sure you've seen these. This is a very popular style of development there. Really beautiful because you're actually on the water and it's just gorgeous. These are some of the common areas in the second resort. Okay, and then the third resort is very interesting because this one is a newly built resort with its own private airport, and also includes a separate private island that's ready for tourism development. So the size of the island is 55 hectares. It is a 50-year lease, extendable to 99. And this one's 40 minutes flight from the big international airport in Malé. So these are the 3 elements. You can see that. I love how it's the Virgin Tropical Island. It sounds like, Gilligan's Island sort of idea, which I think is what it looks like. You've got 24 hectares of land on the developed resort. This is the developed resort. You've got 150 total villas, can hold 300 people. And they're pool villas and beach villas as well. Then you have an operational airport. This is a picture of the airport with a 1,200 meter runway, and they have a 24-hour flight schedule spread on 31 hectares of land. Just for fun, I'm going to mention this because we are speaking with them about another project we're working on, which is an electric helicopter. And this is really fascinating jet propulsion technology. They're seeking investment. So if you have tech investors, one of the places that would be a perfect fit for them, it's going to be a leasing model, sort of like an Uber of electric helicopters. And a place like the Maldives is so perfect for this. So we are speaking with them about doing this sort of a model. So if you're working in developments where transportation is a little bit of a trek from the airport, it's a little bit of a jetty sort of quick service transport from the airport to an island, or even just a short run. They can make several hundred kilometers worth of flight. So they can go, for example, from Miami to the Caribbean. this type of vehicle. And as the batteries improve, they get better. So the airport here is operational, but an electric helicopter would be a perfect fit for the Maldives because it's environmentally friendly, and it really suits the model of a private high-end exclusive resort. And then finally, here is the Virgin Tropical Island, with its almost 12 hectares of development site. They have a project in the works with 90 villas that's available for a developer to look at and use. And these are designated. So when the government auctioned these tourism qualified resorts off, there was a lot of paperwork and a lot of administrative work that's been done in order to turn this over as a sale. So a lot of that hard work has already been done, and these sites are pretty much ready to develop. So that's all I have for now. I'll stop sharing the screen. I can figure that out. I might have to put my glasses on for this. Does anyone have any questions for me?
So are these all owned by separate owners, or they're all one owner?
There
Are they
are actually several owners, and we have access to additional projects as well. So we do have, but we can facilitate that on site. I'm sure you'd want to go.
Also, since so these are represented by a broker already in Maldives, or you are
just
the listing
an owner's
broker?
rep, just an owner's representative. Yeah.
So if for those of us who work also in the hotel hospitality sphere,
Yes.
you work with us as cooperating brokers?
Yes, we have at least a 1% full commission available to the buy side exclusively, which you can carve up with your own team however you like. We also have, it would be a great thing for family offices, institutional investors. And it's not, I mentioned some of the brands that are there. If there are contacts you have in other brands or in those brands, those are unflagged resorts. So they have an opportunity to be branded however you would like them to be. So, I think we all have contacts far and wide, internationally, nationally, and so on. So this could be a good opportunity for us to do some international development.
No, I'd be very interested in seeing the poems for all of them. Excellent.
Yep.
I just
we have financials available as well, but those will be NDAs and stuff, but we do have more information if anyone's interested. Yeah.
Hotel business is a different animal. Everything is very, because as you can imagine, the hotels owners don't want their employees to know that
that's right.
Considering selling their hotels, and then they would leave. So it's a very protective
that's right.
segment of the real estate industry, more than even others. But thank you, Christine. That was beautiful.
My pleasure. I'll put my contact details in the chat too.
Okay. And I wrote in the chat, but I wanted to welcome Tony Grant is in the audience, and I was writing he's our past FIABCI World President from 1998, and he's also an honorary World President since 2003. And he and his wife, Carrie, when they moved to the US, because he's originally from UK, they founded also the Grant Institute for Real Estate and Economics at Coastal Carolina University, which has been a sponsor. Well, it's an academic member of FIABCI and also one of the original supporters of FIABCI Fridays. When I started the show, they also sponsored the show. So thank you, Tony. Great to have you back in the audience. And, we welcome, after Realty Hive stops sponsoring, we welcome another Coastal Carolina sponsorship to promote. We had one show where all of their brilliant students were on the show and talking about, they're all available also for internships abroad or in the US. So it's great for us to get to know the new up and coming bright minds in our industry. So let's see, do we have any more questions you want me to ask anyone? I wanted to also make another little announcement that May 6th is the spring meetings and installation dinners in Washington, DC for FIABCI USA. And then also on June 5th to 9th in Miami, where I am, we have the FIABCI, the 73rd FIABCI World Congress. Hope to see you all here. It's organized by the Miami Association of Realtors, which is, they don't do anything halfway. It's going to be fantastic. Teresa Kinney is great at what she does. So I hope to see you all here. And maybe next, and then again, thank you to Realty Hive and Global Property Pros for the sponsorship And Hugh Gilliam, thank you for your sponsorship. And I see that Alex, you're also in the audience. Welcome. And well, we went over a little bit today, but I'm sure that you all don't mind. It was a fascinating show. And we'll see you again next month, the first Friday of every month for FIABCI Fridays. Put it on your calendar. And if you want to be a guest, please send me or Edwina or Allison at FIABCI USA an email and we'll get it done. Thank you, everyone. Oh, and happy Easter.
Allison. Great job, Vivian.
Happy Easter to everyone. Happy Good Friday. Happy Passover for those who are all of the holidays. It's a great weekend. Being
Happy
grateful to be here alive.
Come see me in Idaho soon.
All right, everyone. Take care.
Bye. Thanks,
Bye.
Vivian.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.